I'm Chris Pryor. I'm from the Whiteman Park International Pistol Club. I shoot the three main WSPS disciplines, which would be 10 metre air pistol, 25 metre pistol and 50 metre pistol. I got into shooting more than 10 years ago now. I was actually working in Canberra at the time, so I was at a club in Canberra, and just a friend I worked with invited me down for to have a shoot, and I went down and I enjoyed myself, so I started shooting at that club. As far as being in a wheelchair and shooting is concerned, at the club level, I'll just compete against everybody else. So it's a very levelling sport, I think, in that sort of way. There are different rules for when you're shooting in a wheelchair, and when you're starting to compete at a higher level, then those come into play, and there'll be a separate competition for the wheelchair users. WSPS is the name. So the rules that would be different are obviously centre around the use of the wheelchair, and because normally a person that would be shooting would not be able to sit down. So things like there's obviously a line that gives you a distance from the target that you can't cross, and and you can't have any part of the chair that crosses that line would be a rule that's specific to wheelchair users. And there's also a system of grading that comes into play with in WSPS, so which determines how much of a backrest you can have, and I think that's the main thing. There's probably other ones that impact people that have more problems with loading, like if you've only got one arm and things like that. But those are the ones that spring to mind. So there's not a huge difference. It's mainly just the same as if you're an able-bodied shooter. In terms of the pistol shooting as a sport for someone who is not physically able-bodied, or even somebody that's older and doesn't get around quite as well as they used to, I think it's great. It's still a very challenging sport, but doesn't require you to have the physical abilities that some others might do. If you're competing from a wheelchair or have some other physical impairment, you're competing pretty much on the level as everybody else. The sport is 99% the same. Okay, what I love about pistol shooting is the challenge of the sport, the camaraderie of the other shooters. It's a sport where you're competing against yourself more than other people, and people are very, very friendly and supportive.